Hey babe,
Hi, what's up?
we made it back. We made it to what would you call this? When was the last time we shot a video? A while back.
Maybe
2015,
almost
16,
2
2 or 3
years.
years. Yeah,
I would say
right,
2 years, maybe not three.
right. So what time is it? Just make sure. Okay, so we made it back here,
Right.
and in your own words, you call it a miracle.
Yeah,
Why do you say that?
because it's been it's something that I didn't think was possible.
What's possible?
Right.
Right, right.
And for some reason, God kind of brought that back.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You look so sexy saying that. Give me a kiss. All right, so
Oh, you have my lipstick on
I do.
now.
So we made it back here,
Right.
and you definitely were done. It was a wrap.
Completely checked that.
Checked out.
Done. Very sure that there was no way I could be back here.
So in order to, not correcting that, but adjusting properly, we were done. We should call it we were done.
Yes.
Because it's always a 50-50 scenario. One person may be in denial.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is that a relationship breaks down to a point that it breaks down to
Right.
because both parties take equal part in making it break down to
Sure.
where it breaks down to. And somebody may think they want it back. Like the people, if you're watching us, you may feel like you're the only one fighting, but that would be a complete misconception.
Right.
It's both parties fighting. It's just that
In a
we
different way.
fight in different ways.
Yes.
Right. So this is a program. We call it the Get My Marriage Back program that we've decided to use to share our journey
Right.
in a more enlightening and empowering way. So you probably very high chance that you landed here because you're fighting for your marriage and you're trying to get it back. It's very unlikely that you're the one that's trying to escape.
Right.
It's very likely that you're the one trying to fight for the marriage. And there are certain places you want to have your mindset before you should even be trying to do that.
Right.
Right?
You want to really, really, really work on yourself
Yeah. All right.
before you can fight for somebody else.
You want to work on yourself. So that takes me to something I call the 3 core pillars that we're going to talk about here. And we're going to try to speak up a little bit so that I make sure that the recording is good.
Oh, okay.
Because we're kind of laid back.
Yeah.
I like the
chill.
laid back though.
Me too. I'm a laid back kind of person.
I like the laid back. But yeah, so this is the introduction to Get My Marriage Back program. Hopefully you get the book as well. But there are 3 core pillars that you definitely want to have at the back of your mind.
Right.
Not just at the back of your mind. You want to write this down and go back to it every time you feel like you may be lost. Because you're probably feeling lost already.
Yeah.
You're probably feeling like
Feel like crap.
crap.
Very natural.
Yeah.
Very natural.
Tell us more about that. Feeling like crap.
Well, you feel like no one is listening to you. You feel all alone. You feel like you're in the middle of, for me, I can't swim, so I'm going to relate on that. It's like someone throwing me in the ocean.
And you can't swim.
And I'm struggling to save myself. And
a
I feel
lot of
myself
people get into
drowning.
marriages that way.
Yep.
It's like they throw us into the middle of an ocean without knowing how to swim.
Right. Like most people get into marriage and you think, oh, it's la la land. You're like, you're in love and all that.
Right.
And most people will say, oh, we were in love before we got married. So what changed?
The marriage? You got married?
Exactly.
We can start from that.
Exactly. And I think that for most people, maybe it's either you're in your comfort zone.
Right.
It could be the guy, it could be the girl. And then you let yourself go. And the other person is like, just not attracted to you anymore.
Yeah.
Or it could be when you get something and you feel like I don't have to do much work on it anymore.
Right.
You really have to keep up working on your marriage.
Right. You're fighting right now, but chances are you started fighting only after you realize that you've lost what you once had. And you probably need to realize that fighting is supposed to start before. Well, it usually doesn't, because we all crave for things we don't have.
Right.
More than things we already have. We tend to take for granted things that we already have.
We do take things for granted.
Yeah.
And then when things don't work our way anymore, we're like, but what happened? That's when we need to start checking ourselves.
Right.
Start building ourselves personally, individually, before trying to check the other person on their behavior.
Right.
You know?
Right. So this video program, part of it will be the elaborate, more intensive version of the Get Marriage program.
I like cracking my
knuckles. You could show them your ring.
Oh. By the way, I have the most beautiful, I don't know,
Speaking
the most
of
beautiful rings ever. Like, there is no one that's ever seen my ring and they're like, wow, that guy must love you.
That's what they say?
Oh my God.
They're right.
And I'm like, I enjoy that.
You tell them they're right?
No, I used to say they're right until when I was going through my stuff.
Right.
And I was like,
because literally, if you're watching this, we just got our rings back on.
Right.
From press time, literally 2 weeks. And our rings has been off for like
a year and a half.
Yeah.
At least
on and off.
A year.
On and off. And a half. Yeah. Straight for the last 8 months.
Right.
Straight.
Right.
Because we both got ourselves to a place where we gave up that this is not.
Yeah. Like I was feeling like, oh my God, just wearing these rings alone make me feel, it's like, it gets me so angry. Like I feel like I'm in some type of bondage.
And that's a good point. And we're going to get into the rings and all that stuff. We're going to get into that in details. But let me just mention this. If a person feels like taking their ring off, it's because they're still connected. If you with anger. With anger, you're just shut off and people are taking their rings off, especially within a year or two of a breakdown in a relationship. It's a sign that they're still connected. They're just fighting inside. They're fighting demon inside.
Yeah.
They're trying to run away from something that they clearly are still attracted to. But we're going to talk more about that. But the three core things. Number one, God.
Very, very important.
Why do you feel like you can't have a successful long-term marriage without God?
Well, I can only speak from my own experience. I feel like there was no one that I could turn to that could actually relate with me. Everyone was emotional in their own ways.
They were emotional in their own ways.
They weren't it wasn't. I didn't hear someone say, you know what, your husband. Think about the good times. Everyone was just. If I poured out my heart,
they were on the extreme end of both
being
of the spectrum.
Protective of me,
either protective or extremely judgmental.
Exactly, which was not helping me, which was not what I was looking for.
That's not what you were looking for.
More angry. At the end of the day, the only person that I could go to, that was my center, is God.
It's God.
The only person, and I'm not the type. You know me.
Right.
I'm not the.
You don't.
I'm not. I'm sorry, because I know you might not understand. I'm Nigerian, and we're very, very dramatic when it comes to our religion. Like we go all. I'm not like that. I'm like, okay, God, what's going on here? That's the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
But in that moment, the only person that I could connect it to get inner peace was God. No one talking back at me and judging me. No one,
No one
telling me.
No one talking back at you or judging you or talking with you and judging your husband.
Because I think most people don't realize that you don't necessarily want to hear something bad about someone you've been with for the longest time.
Regardless of how much I talk to you about my significant other in a negative manner, I didn't necessarily want you to bash them.
Exactly. They didn't understand that.
They think that
when they bash, they feel like they're doing you a favor, and you're like.
So now, speaking to a person that's trying to fight for their marriage, and they've probably shared their life with somebody in their family,
Right.
and there's somebody in your family is attacking your significant other, and you
Right.
feel defensive, like that's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
Sometimes it's internal too, like you know you're fighting, that's not really what you were
Hoping.
driving at.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you are trying to fight for your marriage back, you need God. Number one, you need to get closer to God. If you don't, whatever you want to call God in your life,
Exactly.
you need to
Whatever
get
you
close
believe in, like
to that, because you're human and you need to be attached to God, because it's an idea, or not an idea, but it's an entity that's bigger than you yourself that you look up to.
right.
God is inside, by the way. It's inside you. It's not.
Right.
It's not some physical entity outside or in a location in the galaxy. No. It's tapping into a bigger power, purposeful power inside. Speaking of purpose, the second core is to tag back onto your personal purpose. Okay. So before you even think about your significant other that you're trying to fight for, you need a purpose.
Right.
Why do they need a purpose? So not
If you
your
don't-
husband purpose,
Right.
not your own purpose, selfish purpose.
I
Why?
mean, if you don't know who you are, you just get lost. Like some people would, like me, for example, I have my own dreams. I have things that I feel
That
like
you
I was
want to
put
do.
on earth to do.
Right. Without me.
Without you, if I put that aside and just focus on you, there is no way I won't resent you for those things.
Yes.
So
Even though it's your fault.
even though it's
But-
my fault, but
Yeah.
I'm giving to someone that didn't even ask me to give all those
You
things.
still resent them.
But I'll feel
regardless.
like, well, I've been serving you all of my life. What do I get? I put my dreams up. You should never do that.
Yes.
Things should walk hand in hand.
Yeah.
Live your dreams at the same time. Enjoy your significant other.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And when I say live your dreams, doesn't mean to the extreme.
Right.
Like people will just forget.
Yeah, I'm living my dreams.
their
I forgot
partner
I have a
and-
husband. That's not what we're talking
That's
about.
not what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
we have so many people. Oh, boy, it's my career. I'm a career woman. I don't have time. No, everything in life needs balance.
Yes.
You
yes.
have to
'Cause
make sure everything is taken
You're gonna
care of.
need that your significant other. Sometimes when the career is not going the way it's
Exactly.
supposed to
Who's
go.
going to listen to your
Who's gonna
crap
listen to
when
you?
you're going
Right,
through
right.
hard times with your dreams?
Right.
It's your significant other.
Right. But if you're the one that's fighting for your marriage right now, you have a chance that there's a very high chance that you're going through heavy anxiety,
Oh,
and you may put your dreams to the side,
Yeah.
because you're fighting for this person's attention back.
right.
That would be a horrible mistake. You need to tag back onto that. Because the person that you're with, either your husband or your wife, is attracted to you. Chances are because you had a dream in the first place.
That is very true.
So you're trying to position yourself in a place where you can still attract them. Because now if you lose your purpose, that's not an attractive
No,
thing.
it's not.
And you're missing the point by doing that and taking your attention off your purpose and putting it on that person. You're going to come off needy. You're going to be...
No one likes that.
No one likes that.
Because then you're looking crazy.
You're looking crazy. You stop working. You stop going to the job. You go to the job. You're crying all the time. You
That's
got fired.
borderline depression.
That's depression. It's worse
Yeah.
than depression where
Yeah.
you are right now. We don't like to say it, but that's the word. Depression,
it's
anxiety, hunger, all of that is going on with you. And like we said, first, you need to build a relationship with God, something higher than yourself. Okay? I prefer God through Jesus Christ. That's just our preference. We
Right.
have our reasons for that.
Right.
But whatever is bigger than yourself, you need to do that because it gives you a sense of center when your human self
Right.
is going crazy. The second is purpose, your personal purpose on earth. You need to figure that out and tag back on that. Tag back on that. The
And
next
some
thing-
people don't know their purpose in life.
they don't know.
Yeah, you need
That's
to,
why I
you
said
need to
figure it
find-
out.
You have to find
You
out
know?
what you
That's why you gotta figure
want
it out. So
outside of your family.
if you have it's usually something you enjoy doing,
Right.
but that can bring in income as well.
Right.
However, if you have a hard time figuring that out, then you may want to reach out to us and for personal coaching, because there are programs in place to help you figure that out.
Right.
The third pillar is your personal development. That means I call it continuing education. And it's this thing that we feel macho. We figure it out. Common sense. That makes sense. Common sense doesn't work in marriage.
It's not
by the
common
way.
at all. No
And-
one tells you what to expect in
Yeah.
marriage. No one really does. And
Yeah.
this is where I believe experience is the best teacher.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
until
waving that
you-
like,
sorry.
like you're about to beat me
Oh,
up.
sorry. Yeah, this is my fan, by the way, but nah, I'm not about to.
No, she won't beat me up. No. Yeah. Sorry, I distracted you.
Yeah. Like, I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about personal development.
Right.
That's the third.
Like, no one tells you what to expect in a
No
marriage.
one tell you what to expect in a marriage. It's not common sense.
No, it's not.
It's not what your brain, your scientific brain is telling you to do,
Right.
or your logical or definitely your emotional brain cannot help you with this. It's something we're going to share with you here, but it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
It takes leaving it and practicing it, sometimes relapsing into your old ways, your
Oh, my
regular
God.
equilibrium. You always go into that center, but you can move that center slowly with time because you're learning something new. So personal development is personal. You're not trying to teach your significant other, the person you're trying to get back.
That doesn't work at all.
It's not going to work.
You're digging a hole.
Because at the end of the day, this is attraction we're talking about, right? For some reason, you guys lost attraction. They're the one that thinks they lost attraction right now, but the truth is that both of you lost attraction. You think you're more attracted because you are going through anxiety right now. You lost it, so you want it back. You don't want it back for authentic reason. You want it back because you've lost it.
Yes.
It's different from when you first met that person that you just want them for just wanting them.
Right.
And it was easy to do that at the time because it's new.
Right.
But now it's not new. You're hurt. As a matter of fact, because when we were going through this, one of my biggest concern is that am I going to be able to? Let's say she wants to work on this, right? Because I tend to think beyond like most people. I started to ask like, is that really what I want? Am I going to be able to forgive this person if they forgive me all of a sudden? Then I'm going to switch into the mode of, can I forgive you? Why would you just shut down on me?
Right.
You know? So it's not going to be as simple as I want them back, I got them back. It's over. No, it's not over.
No, it's not.
You may now start resenting them for even having the audacity to try to dump you in the first place, or dump your marriage, or try to hurt your kids, because you start thinking, why would they feel so weak that they're willing to hurt our kids, our family?
Because you've forgotten they're human.
You forgot they're human. So let's not forget we're human ever again. Your third core pillar is you working on yourself. Because a lot of the questions you're going to ask us over time, we will always go back to, oh, but he's doing this, she's doing that. Like, you're not supposed to be saying all that. You're supposed to be busy working on yourself.
And it's tough. It's really tough.
It's
but
tough. It's tough.
It has to be tough. Because if it's not tough, you're not going to value it.
Right. Because you're probably going through pain right now.
Yes.
And you're like, what are they talking about? But pain brings greatness.
Yes, it
the
does.
greatest things in the world comes out of pain. So the other side of this is going to be awesome if you get through this, regardless. Any form of attachment, you need to let go of any form of attachment to that person that you're trying to get back. Yes, the goal is to get them back. But again,
it's how you get them back.
This is how you're going to get them back. By working on yourself, by making sure you become attractive to not just that person. You're going to become attractive to everybody else in the world.
Right.
And that's going to build your confidence. And confidence is attractive as hell.
Yes, it is.
Because the one thing that attracted me to you on day one was the confidence. You know, it's that motherly thing that made you feel like, you know, you just feel like you deserve better. But once somebody has hurt you, you may start feeling like you're less.
Yeah, because we tend to forget. I mean, my own interpretation of, love, how to say, love is patient, love is kind, love does not hurt, doesn't, all this la stuff. Okay, they didn't tell us that sometimes when you're in love with someone,
it's easy to say when
they can't, hurt you, not with the intention of hurting you.
Yeah.
But because it's their own weakness.
Yeah.
They didn't teach us about forgiveness, All they told us is, this person hurts your feelings, they just don't love you. That's not true. Every time you remember that person is human, not to make excuses.
No.
Or saying, the person should be a repeat offender.
No. We don't tolerate repeat offenders.
No.
We're talking about strictly people that have hurt you in the past. If they're a repeat offender, there's a whole different chapter.
Then they're not making an effort.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There's a whole different
but if
chapter
they're making an effort to change, it's hard to stay open-minded. But at the end of the day, if you develop yourself, you'll find yourself being open-hearted again. But you won't be coming from a place of resentment or tit for tat. The minute you feel like, oh, she did this to me, I gotta do it back to her. You're just digging a hole, and you're gonna keep going.
And we want to be clear here. There's a couple of. We're not gonna bore you with scriptures. We're gonna be very practical in this program. We're gonna go in, but the core of everything we're saying is scriptures. So I want to lay some foundations when it comes to scripture. We may reference them back again later on. So I did prepare some scriptures that you and I, even raised as Christians or raised to read the Bible, we were. Oh, by the way, you're raised a Muslim/Christian. And
well, I like to call it. My parents are liberal Muslims, so they don't care. So, whatever religion you practice. So.
Right.
And that's how I felt.
But you even know the scripture more than me.
Oh yeah,
because she knows the Bible stories more than me in a lot of ways. And but we know a lot of this stuff, but we didn't know that it's so applicable to marriage. Until now. Now you're gonna know too. Because everything is literally in that scriptures. We just aren't paying attention, right? So she will go and say, love is just not enough. And then once I started going to learning this stuff, I realized that love is actually exactly that. It's enough. If you don't understand love, you can feel it's not enough. If you think love is give and take, then if you think love is conditional love, obviously you feel like it's not enough. But unconditional love is enough for you and whoever chooses to be a part of your life. Now, I want you to note what I just said. Whoever chooses to be a part of your life, you're not going to attract that person back unless they feel like you don't need them. Okay? Once they continue to feel like you need them, you push them away more and more.
Yes.
That's
not attractive. That's like kind of needy and clingy and.
So love is that you just said. This is 1 Corinthians. It happened to be one of the verses that I already picked up. 1 Corinthians 13, and it says, verse 4: love is patient. Love is kind. So in this moment in time, we're going to orchestrate this, help you get back to where you need to be in your marriage. Okay, we're going to give you the best chance ever by following what we say here. But patience is a part of that. Love is kind, right? We talked about God as the first core pillar. Personally, love is synonymous to God.
God is love.
Yeah. If you have a problem with that, you're going to have struggle getting your marriage back. If you're too religious to have a problem with just equating love to God, because the kind of love that God has for us, that's why God can only live inside of you, because it's unconditional.
It is.
The idea that God lives on the outside of you and you allow a prophet to tell you what God is and bastardize the idea of God for you, it already says it's not it's conditional. The kind of love that God will have for you is based on the tithe you give, it's based on how good you are, it's based on how holy you are. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't
so
work.
When we say God, we mean unconditional love. And you, God, when we say image of God, you're gonna have to practice that. You're gonna have to practice that, starting with self-love. Because if you don't love yourself,
how could you
nobody
love
is gonna love you.
How can you even love someone?
And you can't love anybody else. You're just having anxiety right now. So love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. Self-seeking, I equate that to being needy. Chances are, if you have anxiety, you're coming off as needy to that significant other person right now, and it's not going to work. It's going to backfire all the time because you're scaring them. Remember, right now you're thinking they're weak. They're just weak. That's what's going on. And if somebody is weak and you're coming off as needy to them, they're going to run. We're going to talk more about this and just doing a quick intro. It is not easily angered. So anxiety comes with anger. You're hungry. You may think you're begging. By the way, begging doesn't work. We're going to talk all about begging. Beg, you can't beg. It's an abomination. Okay, it's an abomination if they're not hearing you. Okay, so hunger, anxiety, hunger. All those things come together. It keeps no record of wrongs. So forgiveness, right? Forgiveness, because like women, a lot, especially women, they've been hurt so much, and they get into a space where they start begging, but in the midst of the begging, the same tongue, they start saying what the man has been doing wrong.
Right.
You're not gonna get your marriage back that way. Okay, so that's one core chapter, verse in the Bible that I wanted to throw it in there. So we already talked about the 3 core pillars. Okay?
Right.
These are everything we're gonna be showing you in this right here is going to be based around this. We're going to keep going around this, this core things. The introduction is basically the only place where we're going to refer to any kind of scriptures. Right. But everything we share with you in the further chapters, you can always reference this back into the scripture. Ephesians 5:21, we'll talk about that when we'll get to it. That's basically the love and submission thing. If you're the woman, if you don't submit, aka respect, not submit becoming a doormat.
Because I think people get confused with that.
Yeah, you should never be a doormat for anybody.
Anyone.
Submission means playing the role of a sexy young lady in your relationship and allowing the man to be a man. That's really what it is. We're going to break that down a little bit further. I think it's going to be an ongoing topic. This submission thing is a very, very controversial thing.
It is.
And people struggle with it.
They do.
But submission, to me personally, I don't want a woman who submits and stepping on her.
Right.
I don't want that. But I do want a woman who allows me to be the man. Who allows me to be in my masculine mode when I want to be. Because I do have a feminine side to me. And I want my woman to be the feminine side. On a typical day, a woman is feminine. That's the idea of a female and a male. And a man is masculine. Right. It's not always true, but even when it's not true, there are ways around it. It's basically about being knowledgeable about it. You gotta know if your woman is a alpha female type of person.
Yep.
If you're trying to get your alpha female girl back, you can. But you need to be aware that there's a weakness and a strength to that,
right.
And you need to focus on the strength, because if you focus on that weakness, it's always going to backfire.
It's going to backfire.
And
Absolutely.
As human beings, we always tend to focus on the weakness.
Oh yeah,
it stands as negative.
That's the human part of us.
Yeah. So Genesis, the beginning of marriage, right? Genesis 2:24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. We never really understand that. Leave it until when you hit crisis. You're probably going to understand this more than a person getting married for the first time. If you're getting married for the first time, you're trying to go through this, write this down. You're going to be tested.
I think people don't preach that enough.
No, they don't.
That a test will come.
Yeah, the test will come, and the test will come in a different form, and it's not going to look like the person next door to you that their marriage is struggling to.
Right.
And it's going to be very unique to you. But the good news is that for someone like us, we can help you navigate through that.
Right.
Because at the very core of it, they're all the same. Men, a woman always tests. Facts. They always test without knowing it. They don't even know they're doing it. They will always test. And it's your responsibility to learn how to navigate through those tests and pass those tests over and over for the rest of your life. So you can make it fun and learn how to navigate and pass the test, as opposed to you crying over it. Because if you leave this woman and you go be with another, a woman always tests.
They say the grass is not always green on the other side.
Right.
It's very true.
Yeah.
You don't know the kind of woman. I mean, you don't want to leave one. You could be jumping from how do they say it in Nigeria? Frying pan to fire.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you're the one jumping right now and you stumbled across this, maybe your struggle was internal. Right? You're the one saying you don't want anymore. But at the core of your brain, you really feel like the grass may be greener on the other side. If the grass seems greener on the other side, somebody is watering that grass. you have to water your own grass. At least 50% of what causes this struggle right here. Because if you don't water, you're taking it to someone else. Because the statistics in marriages, 50% of marriages are failing. But the new marriages, about 60% of the new marriages, the second marriages are failing.
Wow.
Because people go into new situations thinking that's how to solve your problem.
Yeah.
Well, this is why common sense is not enough. Because common sense should have told you that moving into taking your 50% of your problem into another marriage is not going to help you.
No, it's not.
It's not going to help you. So if you're the one that's fighting for your marriage, you don't go around you don't go back and tell your significant other that right now. Right? That's not your move. Your move is focused on you, God, your purpose, and your personal development. That's 100% of all you ever have to focus on through this process. And over time, it will make sense to you how it results to you getting your marriage back. And when I say get your marriage back, it's not going to be the same marriage. Like me and my wife right now, we don't have what we had. I was very clear that I'm moving on. However, I was also clear that it could be her. It's just not going to be the same marriage.
Yep.
It's not going to be the same marriage. Because what we had before, it was awesome. It was blessed. Right? But clearly it wasn't good enough.
Yes.
So it needs to be brand new. We're going to be 11 years now. I don't know if we're 11 years by the time you're watching this.
Right.
But we got married in 2007.
Right.
So we're lucky enough that even though you did file for divorce, right? So it was when God intervened that we went both together to pull that.
To withdraw it. Yes. Right? Yes.
So.
And by the way, I wasn't trying to hear the good stuff.
Yeah.
When I was going through that, I didn't even want to hear Pastor just
right.
Keep it to yourself.
Right.
I'm angry.
Right.
I'm dealing with this stuff.
Right.
You don't know what it feels like to be in my shoes. Especially if your first word is a woman keeps her home. I'm like, say what? No, a good woman.
A good woman keeps her home.
You're already attacking me.
Yeah,
you're not asking me what my story is.
Right. So guess what I did when I knew you didn't want to hear God?
Yeah.
I didn't bring up God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's one of the... And some people would try to use stubbornness. No, bring up God. But no. It won't work.
Not in that... Okay? Even though it was God that saved me.
Yes. Because I don't need to bring up God before God will do his work.
Right.
A lot of time, you're staying in the lane of God.
Right.
You're staying in his way to try to help you fix your marriage. If you have a broken marriage... with very high chances that you're hanging out in God's way. You're not allowing him. When they say let go and let God, it's really,
you have
really
to
true.
let go.
You have to let go of that
you
person.
Have to.
All the customary things that you did, the tradition, all the Christmas, that you have to let go. You got to go back to God himself. Let go and let God, and then your purpose, and then your personal development, and you have to be selfish like that. And that's the exact process that we're going to break down over the next series of segments to help you get your marriage back, to help you fix your marriage. That's how we're going to help you do that. And no, you're not going to see or say this to him. Send this text message to him. All the magic text messages that you have out there, there's a lot of magic text messages that's supposed to help you get your wife back. It's not going to work. Send all the nostalgic pictures back to them. You're only going to get them more hungry.
Yep. Because in the moment they're
because this is the same thing that's pissing them off right now.
Right. And it can come off as manipulative.
It is manipulative. That's exactly what it is. Because remember, you are anxious. You have anxiety. Yeah. I'm not your doctor. I'm not diagnosing you.
Right.
But you're anxious.
Right.
Okay. Anxiety goes back and forth between husband and wife all day long. We're in a great place, in a very healthy way. That anxiety in a very unhealthy level is going because we've gone through the test and we've passed the test. All glory to God. But we are probably we're not gonna get that kind of anxiety that you have right now.
Right.
But we went through that. Don't get it twisted. And how we went through it and came out on the other side with probably the most joyful thing we've ever experienced ever in this marriage is exactly what I'm going to share with you. Okay, she did her work. I did my work the way we knew how to do the work.
Yeah.
But at the very core of all of this, it was very clear to both of us that it was God.
Yes.
It was God. Because think about it. If she wants back, but she's looking at some disgusting guy who is ready to hang himself. She don't want that.
No.
She can't trust my core. She can't trust that I'm going to be sane tomorrow.
Right.
She can't even trust me enough to sleep right next to me. And if I look at you too, and you are the one that was checking out, right? And I start looking at you as that again, and if I have a problem with forgiveness, right? If I didn't see what we went through as a weakness for both of us, right? I would now be stuck in a place where I can't forgive.
Right.
Well, the reason why you can't forgive is because you're not leaving that in the hands of God.
Yes, you're not letting go.
You're not letting go.
To all those baggages.
Yes, yes. So this is going to be fun. We want to round this up. This is the introductory section right here. We're going to round this up, but we'll give them the core. For God, your purpose, whatever you wanted to do with your life that you dreamed of as being a baby, tag back on that right now. Right now. Get back on it. If that involves traveling, if that involves, start doing it right now.
Right.
If you keep coming back and forth and you go, but he didn't do this, or he did this on social media.
You don't want to pay attention to that.
You're paying attention to the wrong things. Because again, whatever they're doing, if they're doing it that you're saying it and it's getting you hungry, there's a very high chance they're doing it because they know it to get you hungry.
Yep.
Or worst case scenario, they're lost. Right? Are you going to be the one to bring them back?
Issues. Yeah.
You're not going to bring them back. It's God that will bring them back. And your best chance to help God bring that person back to you is to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. I guarantee you, you may think, listen, one of my best friends, I'm going to recommend 2 books. The first book we're going to recommend for you, make sure you go pick up, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. You want to pick that up. If you're a man, you need to, in addition to that, pick up The Top 3% Man by Corey Wayne. We'll put the link here because it's going to help you put this all together. One of my best friends recommended 5 Love Languages, and I was like, I don't need that.
I know.
I don't need that stuff.
What are you talking about?
I don't need that stuff, But the curiosity got the best of me. Glory to God.
Hallelujah.
And I picked it up, right? And it was very clear quickly where I was going wrong with a lot of stuff. The difference between this program and the 5 Love Languages, because we went through this and we're going to break this down to you slowly, take our time, over time, to help you get your marriage back. More importantly, get your best life back.
Yep.
Okay? Because none of this is a guarantee you're going to get your marriage back. It's the best chance you're going to get your marriage back. Because we did. The only guarantee you have here is that you're guaranteed that we're back together.
Right.
Not yours.
Being hopeful for you.
But the worst possible chances of getting your marriage is what we went through. And we'll share more of that story with you. Like, it's literally impossible for me and this woman to get back together.
Even though there are people out there that won't even believe we went through what we went through.
No, because it looks so good on the outside for so long.
And for the most part, we're like best friends. Like,
yeah. That's what makes it worse. Because we have that passion for ourselves. And the more passionate you are, the harder you fight.
Yes.
The more toxic your fight becomes. Because of that passion.
Right.
And once you realize that, let's say you're one of the lucky ones like us, and you have that kind of passion for your husband, if you're finding yourself fighting so bad, that's because you don't recognize that that's a plus. And you're using it the wrong way. You're channeling that energy, that passion the wrong way. Your channel is there. Why can they hurt me so much? Because they are human. It's the people that love you that hurt you the most.
This is true. Very true.
Right.
People that you love the most that hurt you.
So that's where you go wrong, because you're putting your trust in man.
Yes.
God brought me and her together because it was God's idea, and we always tap back to that. So that's not with expectation that she won't hurt me tomorrow.
Right.
That's with the exact expectation that she may hurt me tomorrow. But if she hurt me tomorrow, I am aware that God is in the middle of all that. And hey, like I said, women will always test you. So if you like me right now, one of the things, because of the personal development that I went through, we're in such a good place right now that it seems very impossible we'll ever fight ever again.
Right.
Or that she will now throw a test at me. But because of my personal development, I'm aware that a woman always tests, not just your wife, your mother, any woman in your life is always testing your ass. So you better be on your feet. You need to be the top 3% man. So what you're gonna go through here, not especially both men and women, is how to become the top 3% of human beings in this world.
Right.
That's the idea of personal development. How can we talk about personal development without talking about forgiveness?
It's impossible.
You know, people are gonna hurt you. Humans will hurt you. Relationships are not logical phenomenal.
Right.
Because you're basically opening yourself up for people to come and hurt you.
Right.
That's what that means. So the only thing that can sustain relationships in a very healthy way is God.
That's it.
Yeah, it's unconditional love.
Unconditional
It's
love.
the love where you go into a relationship to give, not give and take. That's some of the things that we're taught that it's a give and take. So when that person stops giving, you want to stop giving too.
Yeah. You should never give based on what you want to get back. That always hurt.
It always hurt. That's a cause of suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cause
You
of
gotta
suffering.
give freely and not expect anything back.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're not trained this way, you can't know these things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go through certain things to know certain things.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's it for the introduction. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye now.